today. Not long until over 160 million people are expected to be tuning in for one of the world's biggest annual sporting events. It's called the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but the real reason most of us tune in, or us tune in, isn't for the game itself, but for the amazing commercials. And with so many people watching, advertisers are ramping it up to give us the biggest bang for their buck.
Super Bowl 46 is being touted as the biggest rematch ever. Two recent champs fighting it out again for the Lombardi Trophy. But for us, it's not about the game, it's about the ads.
When companies are actually planning their year spend, if they've got something big, if they've got something they want to make a really big impact on, they want to aim for the Super Bowl ad.
Whether it's the wacky, the inspirational,
First, get your domain name from GoDaddy.com.
or the classic. The Super Bowl ads just keep getting bigger, and so do their price tags. Advertising expert Matthew Bywater.
One Super Bowl ad costs, on average, about $3.5 million, but it depends on the quarter you actually play the ad in. The first quarter is expensive, the last quarter is actually the cheapest, the most expensive quarter is actually the second quarter. It gets up to about $4 million.
This ad featuring M&M for car company Chrysler broke the bank and holds the record for the most expensive Super Bowl ad ever.
The total production cost, I believe, was around $23 million, which was actually $12 million in actual time slot and $9 million of production.
This is the Motor City. This is what we do.
They took something that was heartfelt for a lot of people. One of the great cities of America, creating cars and the industrialisation of America, and it all seemed to be fading. And this fought back and said, at a really grassroots level, say, hey, we're still here. The second most expensive ad ever produced is the Honda Accord ad, also called the COG ad. The reason why it's so expensive, it took such a long production time. We're talking about 5 months to actually get the production before they started shooting. And the ad itself is actually to get those seamless shots of all the parts moving all the way through. It took about 605 faulty shots before they actually get the correct one to actually make it work all the way through. And we're talking at a cost rumored to be around $6 million.
With airtime, that came out to around $18 million.
Isn't it nice when things just work?
The Britney Spears ad came at a cost of about $15 million. It was around $7 million for the actual ad time slot itself, and another $8 million for Britney Spears. It was an extravaganza. It was just huge. There was lots of playthings going on, great lyrics, and a huge stage production.
Nobody really knows how much DreamWorks spent to bring 3D to the big game.
Now, the Munsters Aliens commercial was really, really effective when it was released a few years ago. And the reason being is they got early engagement. They got people involved in the actual commercial before the commercial was released. And they did this by giving out about 125 million pairs of 3D glasses. What this done has got the customer physically involved with the commercial.
So, what about this year's priciest spot?
An $8 million cost, we're looking at a $3 to $5 million in production cost. The great thing about the Audi ad is it is of today. The reason they've got vampires in is because vampires at the moment are really part of every moviegoer's lexicon.
Also flexing their checkbooks, clothing company H&M, starring one very famous model.
The first two heavy hitters we're going to see this year is going to be David Beckham with the H&M ads. And very, very great fit with David Beckham because not just in Europe but also in the US, he has great sex appeal.
The star power seems to be the name of the game this year.
I've got a lot to do today.
Roderick. Roderick.
I really love this Ferris Bueller ad, and the reason being is it taps into one of our great emotional senses, and it's nostalgia.
But it's Volkswagen who has the most highly anticipated ad of the year.
So we started out with the first ad with the child Darth Vader, and we transcended into the bark side with the barking dogs, and now what we've got now is we're transcending once again into something extra special. Now check it out.
Get up off of that thing and dance to you better.
It's gonna miss that Vader kid.
The dog's better.
Are they amazing ads, aren't they? We were hoping to advertise at some point during the Super Bowl. We thought it'd be cheaper to get some AstroTurf than these guys. That's where you do it. Yep. See? It's working out, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.